YouTube, what's good? Mace back with another video. So I'm looking at gold right now at the moment, and I do see a setup I'm kind of interested in. I'm just waiting for the 13 EMA to actually be broken, and then I would be entering that trade depending on the candle that it broke the 13 EMA with. So I could try break that down for you quickly. We on our 1 hour. We had highs that were being broken. We had highs that were being broken, and high almost tapped back into that, dropped, tapped back in, dropped. It finally, but it broke it a little bit, then dropped. Right now, this one here is being broken now. If we put something here, you can see that this is being broken. This has been broken right there. This has been broken, and now we're looking for a drop, which we already got the drop, right? So my thought process on this was, prices already, this would be almost a demand area because we have a little bit gaps around here that could be filled. Price did actually fill that now. So this is the only thing that's making me think, like, is this actually still going to buy, or does it still want to sell? Because price is making all-time highs. This is now another all-time high. This was all-time high. Every time price came up, price dropped. This became all-time highs. Yesterday morning at 4 a.m. price dropped within the New York session, and this came all-time highs once again. This was what time? This was 4 a.m. This was also around 4 a.m. as well. So I'm looking to see if price wants to continue dropping down once more again, right? So these are things I'm looking at. On the 15 minute, you start to see, on the 15 minute, you start to see a trend happening, which was this impulse, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse, pull back, impulse, right? And then price finally broke 1, 2, and 3 of those structures with these drops. Left a supply area around here because we had this big drop. It's a small consolidation and these big drops. So this is our supply area. And then on the 5 minute, you also can see it a little bit better as well, where the gaps are shown. So this is where I have now my area of interest. I don't want price to break above this. If price can give me a nice size candle, let's say something even like this, probably give me the size candle right now to break this 13 EMA close, I'll be entering that as so, like this. Have my stops a little bit above this, I'll say even 75 pips above that, and I'll be trying to target obviously back here for 1-to-1, but I'll always go for 2-to-1, which would be back to around these areas here. And that's how the trade would actually look. I'll just be waiting. I would set an alert because I have some little things to do around the house right now. I would set an alert, make sure price breaks this 13. Once price can break this 13, then I'll be entering that for sell. So yeah, stay tuned. SPX, nothing on SPX either, and on 30, definitely nothing. Nothing on those pairs right there at the moment. The only thing I'm looking at, it is kind of in a range right now. So because it's in a range, if price were to give me a break out of this range, I'll look for a demand area to actually try to start to carry back up to fill any gaps in. That's the only thing I have on that. Let's focus on gold at the moment and see if we can get something. If not, then the day won't be a trading day. It's 12. It's 10 more seconds to 12 p.m. So let's see if we get something by 12 to carry by 4 p.m. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's breaking. It broke the 13 EMA, but it's starting to wick back now. So I'm just waiting for time to finish with this candle to be closed. So 2 more minutes to see what this candle does. If it does break, like even if it breaks, so you see this little wick right now. Even if it filled back this wick right now, I'm entering that. I already have everything ready on my platform. I'm just waiting for time to be finished, because you don't want to rush entering now just because it broke the 13 and then you realize it actually wicks. because that can happen at times. We can go back on 30 yesterday and notice how 30 actually did that yesterday to me. Well, I had the entry here and price actually was about to close, and in 10 seconds price just shot back down with a wick. So we want to be mindful of that and just wait. It don't hurt to wait sometimes, and if you don't get the trade, you just don't get the trade. Like right now this candle is very nice, but once, like I say, I don't need it to close back in this above this 13 EMA. I wanted to break this 13, and also the 200 EMA is also there as well, which means it could be possibly breaking the 200 EMA to show that it actually wants to continue down. So we have 1 more minute left. Well, like I say, once this get to like 5 seconds, 3 seconds, I'll just enter it and go from there, and then yeah, we just see what it does. Hopefully my stop loss isn't too tight, because price likes to still try to tap into this area. All that is an area that price could be interested in. Let's just see what this can possibly do. Alright, so it closed, right, but I'm not really a big fan of that closure that it did. I'm really not a big fan of closure. So what I probably would do, I'll probably put a sell stop around these wicks. Because it closed is a good sign, but I'll put probably a sell stop below these wicks. So the price was to trigger back to these wicks and start to break these wicks, I'll be in the trade, and I'll just go from there. So that's what I would probably do. Alright, YouTube, so I entered once price broke these areas here. So you see it broke these same 2 wicks. It actually tapped in, broke it, and as soon as it tapped in, it pushed right back up. I have my stop loss above this area for 75 pips, and I had this area that I said I don't want price to actually break I don't want price to break this area anymore. If price does, I will think about just cutting losses earlier, depending on how the candle comes out. So if you notice, I am going some steep drawdown, and price almost broke this area and then wicked at that area, and then started with these aggressive push down. So this would be considered a double top right now at a supply area, which is very good. And you just need price to break the neckline of this head right there. So you have this area right now, this push up, this push down, push up there, double top. You want to see if price could break and close this neckline, which it's actually kind of struggling to do at the moment. So what I actually did was, when price was actually forming this and I see the minute was about to end, I just came out of it. Because I'm not interested in that at the moment. It's 109. I just came out of it, and now look what price is doing now at the moment. Price is trying to buy some more, but that's why I said we'll be mindful, because when you look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour showed that it broke structure again, right? And this was actually, like I say, a demand area here. This was still considered like a 1 hour demand area. You got some gaps that need to be filled too. So some would call it a small fair value gap right there. Price actually tapped into that and rejected that very, very clean. You understand? So that's something to be mindful of. I'm not interested in trying to do anything when it's at all-time highs, because you just don't know. Like, it's called all-time highs for a reason. You know if price want to continue going above that, or if price actually wants to sell. Like, it's that those are things you want to take into consideration and be very mindful of that. That you ain't trying to just continue trying to sell something. Like I say, I still want to see if it's going to sell. So I'll always keep my entries and everything here to see if it's going to sell, and then I'll take notes on that for next time I actually do see some kind of setup like this again. You understand? That let me know that I could possibly still hold it whatsoever. But I came out of that also because I started looking at SPX, and SPX actually did what I was anticipating for it to do. It broke these highs and it came back, but it just never tapped back into this demand area. So I'm waiting to see if it wants to tap into this demand area. I'll move this for now. I want to see if it could tap back into this demand area. If so, I will look for an entry. If not, then it is what it is. Put this back, and then same thing with what you call it, US 30. You were channeling underneath this 13 EMA for quite some time. So you was under this 13 EMA just about all day. Price finally broke this, which means that you could start to have a change, a shift of a structure happening, and you have your 200 EMA above these areas. So what I looked at was, I looked for a strong push, which was this 1, 2, 3 strong push, left some little small gaps. Once the price would tap back into that, price did. So now the first target would actually be from here to here. I'm still going to target just back to these areas, and that would actually, well, I should have been in it from it top into the area because I'm trying to get the 2 to 1, but I always try to wait for confirmation, which would be the candle break of the 13 EMA. But this was somewhat a nice entry. You could still enter it after this candle here, and you gotta wait for 13 EMA to be broken to give you clear indication that okay, this trade could potentially go my direction. But I want to see what SPX can give me. If it don't give me it, it don't give me it. It is what it is. Quick update, guys. So this right now is still gold. Gold still hasn't hit the 1-to-1 as yet. 30 actually hit targets for the 2 to 1, but I didn't get in the 30. I'm kind of mad I didn't get in the 30 instead, because I was thinking about getting the 30. I was thinking about getting 30, but I ended up getting the SPX500. The SPX500 actually hit a 1.5. I was targeting the 2 to 1, but apparently look like it's not trying to get there, and I supposed to actually close at the 1.5, but as soon as it top it just started reversing. So I'm trying to wait to see what it wants to do. I know I don't want to get back below these areas. That's all I could say. Let me see. At a 1-to-1, so I don't want to get back. I don't care with the 1-to-1, to be honest. I don't want to get back by these areas anymore. Let me make a little line so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't want to get below these areas anymore. Once I get below these areas here, I'll just come out the trade and call it one over. I do know that it's almost 4 p.m. so session is about to close eventually, but I want to see if I get one last push and see what it does. So yeah, I know this was a nice trade, 2 to 1. All right, so executive decision. It's 4:23. I have to make an executive decision. Do I want to close out this trade now? Leave it as is right now with the little over 1-to-1, or if I should just hold it for the new session, because I still see price coming out. I still see price coming out. I don't know why. I still see price coming out. What I could do, I could move stops at break even and just continue letting this ride up. I'm closer to my targets than I am at break even. Not saying that it still cannot just start reversing, but I said to say it's still a high chance of me still being able to capture this. And I'm looking for price to fill back in these areas here. Right now, I'm looking for price to top back to these areas right now. This is where I'm looking for price to top back into. So, with that being said, I'm thinking, I usually don't do this, but I'm thinking, I don't know why, I'm just thinking about holding this for the new session, just moving my stops at break even, just holding it. So that's what I might do, and call it one over, and I'll let you guys know if it do play out or not, probably next day or day afterwards, and then I'll do a whole breakdown on what took place. But yeah, this is it. This is what I went into. Like I said, it didn't go into gold anymore. Gold just kept on. Like, I didn't like the setup anymore. 30 is the only one I actually played out. I think my wife got in this because Mina was on the phone and I was telling her about this. She went in this. Now I'm just not sure. She took targets where I told her to take targets. So I would have had an 85 pip stop loss for 170 pip target. Didn't go in that. I ended up going in SPX500 because this 30 breakout took longer than I was expecting it to take. But SPX already gave me the break of the 13 EMA here, so I entered that instead. Price had the, like I say, the double bottom here, came back here. When it came back here, it made a lower high, and then I was just looking for it to continue making lower highs, higher highs. So that's what it's doing now. So this is the low, this is the high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So I'm trying to make sure it continues just rallying up. But I think I'll end the video here. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys took something from this. And yeah, that's all I got, man. Peace and love. God bless you all. YouTube. So this is the end result of the SPX trade. I was so close, man. I was so close to targets. Like so close to targets. I was thinking about just closing it out, calling one over. This came out around 9, then this was 9:20. I was like, okay, price isn't breaking this little resistance area right now. This was a little resistance area. The price isn't breaking this right now. Price consolidating. I say I want to see if price could just give me one last push. Right around here, I came out. I didn't want price to go back to these areas, so I came out around here. I initially had my stop loss here, but I said I want to make sure price doesn't break this low. And once I see price started to come down this low, I just came out of it. Luckily I did, because it was either that or break even. And if you can see what price did all day today, price literally just sold all day today. That's all price did today, just sold. So I didn't have any opportunities today to enter in any trade today. Gold would actually stop me out. If I'd held this trade, gold would have stopped me out, and then eventually after some time hit my targets. That's crazy. But that's why I sometimes make executive decisions on coming out of trades. The crazy thing was, I remember the US 30 played out perfectly what I had right now. This US 30 played out perfectly what I had. I also had a setup on NAS yesterday as well, and NAS even played out for the 2-to-1. So everything else played out except for SPX. But yeah, I just want to show you guys the update on the trade. So like I say, they didn't catch the whole target. I only ended up catching a little over 1-to-1 on this trade, unfortunately. But hey, it is what it is. Better than nothing. So I'll be back at it Monday, life last. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I say, God bless you all. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. And yeah, I'm out.